In my opinion, all of the skills that you gain from making YouTube videos is one of the biggest benefits of doing this. Yes, it can be a lot of fun to make the videos. You can also meet your weirdos, meet your community through producing videos on your specific interests and niche. But one of the most marketable benefits of producing videos is all of the skills that you gain from doing it. Now, if you outsource a lot of the jobs and a lot of the tasks on your YouTube channel, this isn't really going to apply to you, but you are likely gaining managerial experience, and that in and of itself is marketable. But I came up with a list of positions that I think the solo YouTuber fills that may lead to or provide marketable skills in the future. You're essentially the producer, the writer, the cinematographer, the lighting person, the audio engineer, the editor, the social media marketer, etc., etc., etc. And I am sure I left off about a dozen positions and a dozen roles that us solo YouTubers and podcasters fill. Because we do so much, it's easy to just write them off as just, oh, that's something I do. So let me know in the comments down below, what did I forget? What is something that's important to your production that you do, that you think is a really marketable skill? Now I want to share a personal anecdote about how making YouTube videos had a direct impact on my day-to-day life, my real world, my day job. In my day job, I have to give financial presentations to people who are kind of high up at my company, and after my last presentation, I got 3 IMs from 3 different people saying, "Wow, that was really good. You did a great job with that presentation. You sound so confident on the microphone. You sound so natural on the microphone. How in the world were you not nervous presenting to this person?" 2 secrets. Number 1, why wouldn't I be nervous presenting to my boss's 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 boss? Of course I was nervous. Second, I prepared a lot. I made notes on my slides, I knew exactly what I wanted to cover, and I read through it a couple of times before actually presenting. But where YouTube comes into play is I have made over 1,000 videos talking onto a microphone, or talking into a microphone, I'm talking onto a mic. How would that work? 1,000 videos plus talking on a microphone, talking on a camera. That is a lot of practice. I also wasn't happy with my presenting style with sounding spontaneous, so instead of only recording when I was producing videos, I recorded daily. For a year and a half, I think, I have 500 recordings just talking onto a microphone to get better, to sound more natural. And that is how producing YouTube videos actually had an impact on my everyday life. It got me recognized by people at my work. They went out of their way to compliment me. Wow, you did such a good job. And that is the culmination of years and years of making these videos in the evening. Years and years of practicing. And also, just a fun side note, there was some kind of study, I think it was Harvard, maybe not Harvard. Somebody did a study. You are more trustworthy if you sound good. So it's worth investing in decent sounding audio equipment if you give presentations, because that will lead to you sounding more trustworthy. Or maybe not sounding more trustworthy, but people perceiving you as more trustworthy. I just had to share that because I always find it amazing when these skills we gain from making YouTube videos, from making podcasts, translate their way into the real world, and we see those tangible benefits, and it's really rewarding, or at least I find it really rewarding, and I think most people would, when you actually get compliments on that, when you get recognized for all the hard work that you've done. So thank you very much for sharing your experience, Oscar. I appreciate you, and I hope that inspires somebody to actually just go ahead and make the YouTube video, make the podcast. You can see real-world benefit from the skills you gain working on those hobbies, working on those side gigs, Maybe if you work in corporate jobs, don't start some kind of podcast that's super edgy, because yes, that can still have a real world impact, but maybe a negative impact. So just keep that in mind as well. Be careful with the information you share because it can bite you in the rear end.